Hi, I'm Ty Knight for TK24 Sports, and on today's rumour report, it's been rumoured that Mikel Arteta only has 3 games left, not the 5 that I said yesterday. 3 games left to save his job, and he has to win all 3 games. Wow, this is explosive, this is great, and for the first rumour report show, I'm happy it's got to be this one. We already reported yesterday that I gave him 5 games to win. I said it may only be 3, and it wasn't alluding to this rumour report today. Now, if you're new to the show, make sure you like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, thank you so much. If you're watching us on YouTube, great. Keep liking, keep subscribing to the page, because every time we upload, you guys will miss out. And also, you've got to turn that notification on. It's vitally important. Anyway, back to me. Oh my God, I just went at Mikel Conte. No, it's not. Mikel Arteta versus Antonio Conte. What's the difference between them? Arteta's won a trophy. Short, brief managerial career, but then again, so did Martinez. Remember that one at Wigan? Still won a trophy, then got relegated. Anyway, bigger picture, bigger story. Antonio Conte could be coming to Arsenal after agreeing personal terms, in principle, as long as Mikel Arteta loses all 3 games, which is a big possibility considering they've lost the first 3 games already this season. So, am I excited about this one? Yes. Why? Conte is a proven winner. People dub him as like this big hothead, and I don't think he is. I think he's just a man with passion, with guile, with excellence, who just wants everything that someone has made a promise to him. And that, you can't blame him for that. It's like someone offering you a job and then saying, we're going to give you X, Y, and Z if you can hit all these criteria. I've been there, trust me, and I know how it is. You hit those criteria and you go and ask for exactly what it is you want, what was promised, and then they don't give it to you, then of course you're going to show your backside and you're going to get angry about it, and then you end up leaving. So that's no surprise. If Conte's always delivered, he then goes to the owner and says, okay, now I've delivered what we said. Now can I have what was then promised if I delivered? Now, do you know what? The circumstances has changed because of X, Y, and Z. Hell no. Of course you're going to show up, you're going to show out, and then you're going to show your backside to them as you walk out the door. I think that's the thing with Conte. I think he just gets a bad rap. But one thing he does well for sure is win trophies. 4-time Serie A winner, a Premier League winner, an FA Cup winner, and he's won a few other Italian cups. He's also been an international manager as well for Italy, albeit for 24 games, but 24 games is a lot of games when it comes to international level. So will he bring more pizzazz, more strength, more guile, more power to Arsenal? I think he would. I think he'll get the best out of Granit Xhaka. I think he'll play a 3-5-2. I really think. He can also go to a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. With the bunch of players that Arsenal actually have now, they've got a array of talent that you can actually mesh together that I don't think Arteta can actually do. I don't think all these players that come in were from Arteta. I think it was more Edu looking for the future, rather than looking at now for Arteta. I think he's thinking, you know what, we know what's going to happen with Arteta. We know Arteta's not going to actually be here. These first 3 games has proven that. I think they've had whispers with Conte, and Conte has turned around and said, you know what, I like this kind of guy. I think this guy can kind of work within the budget that you've got, as long as I can come in and get back into Europe, or at least a European contending, which will be then the Europa League or the Champions League. I then think you then have a team in the making. Because I think phase 2 of this Marvel Avengers Assemble, whatever you want to call it for Arsenal, I think it's poised for Conte. I think it is. I think Arteta kind of lost his way last season, lost his way definitely this part of the season. And I think he knows, and I think the players know. You know, maybe, you know, I don't even want to say this. If the players actually throw the game come Saturday, or they don't believe in what Arteta is doing, and let's say Arteta gets a draw, I still think he's gone by Burnley. If they lose, he's gone that night, and then Conte will be in by Monday. But where the papers are going with it, with the rumour report, is that he's got 3 games and he has to win all 3 games. So that's Norwich, Burnley, and Spurs. And if those oppositions know this, they're like, well, do you know what? If these players are going to fight for him, we're going to be in for a tough ride. And so will those opposition teams, over Norwich, over Burnley, definitely Spurs are going to be up for it. Are they going to let Arsenal off the hook? No, they're not. Are they going to give it to Mikel Arteta? Yes, they are. Are they going to want to give it to Arsenal with 9 games played, no points on the board, and over 20 goals conceded with no goals scored? That is a scary possibility over 6 games. That is absolutely scary. So what's that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 points. 18 points would be gone. There'll be 18 points from the league leaders already. 18 points from the first. Oh my, I'm sweating already just thinking about it. That is a scary proposition right now. And so for Mikel Arteta, he's going to have to transform this and win all 3 games. I said he's got to win 5 and get to 15 points, let alone the 3 that the papers are actually going with right now. But could Conte come in and then actually make Granit Xhaka better and make Xhaka and Partey a sort of solidified, brilliant, strong midfield with Samuel Lokonga and then El Neri and then Maitland-Niles backing them up as well when they need to? Is he going to get the best out of Tierney? Is he going to get the best out of Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith-Rowe, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe? Wow. Tomiyasu? How have I got that name right when I pronounce it for our new right back, centre back? But we've got Gabriel, we've got Mari, we've got Chambers, we've got Holding. We've got Ramsdale, who we just brought in. We've got Ben White as well. So Arsenal do have a good collection of talent. Did I mention Eddie Nketiah? I guess I didn't, but we can chuck him in for now. He's only got a year left. Arsenal have an array of talent. And with Conte coming in, this could be the phase of what Arsenal's actually needed. Don't forget, William Saliba is on loan and he doesn't have an obligation to buy. So should Arsenal then move on a Chambers and then a Holding and bring Saliba back and maybe look to ditch Mari and get someone else in, bring Saliba back with Ben White, with Gabriel, and then Saliba there, with Tomiyasu, hope I got his name right, on the right-hand side, and then you put Tierney on the left-hand side. That there is kind of exciting. Even though we haven't even seen William Saliba play, I'm looking forward to the game of PSG versus Marseille to see what Saliba's going to be all about, going up against a Messi, Neymar and Mbappe at once, with Di Maria maybe coming off, and then you've got Wijnaldum going up against him. My God, that is a super team right there, isn't it? But we're here to talk about Arsenal. We're here to talk about the rumour report of Conte coming into Arsenal. Arteta only has 3 games left to save his managerial career, his early managerial career. Now, should he go, I would say goodbye. I'm not going to say piss off and be explosive about it. I think he's shown some promise of what he can do. I think this job was too big for him to start off with. But then again, if someone came to you and offered you a big job, wouldn't you take the chance and say, do you know what, I believe in myself, so I want to give it a go? So I applaud him for actually giving it a go. I'm not going to be the one who's turned around and say, you know what, you should have turned it down in the first place. He was up for the job before Emery got the job and they thought it was too early. So they thought a couple of years later, we'll give him a chance again, and then they went with it. They went with the guts. It didn't work out. They got a trophy from it. They got a trophy, but they did finish 8th and 8th, and that is not acceptable for Arsenal Football Club. It's not. I'm all about progression. I'm all about giving sometimes the underdog a go and to see what he can do. But when you finish in 8th and 8th at the size of a club of Arsenal Football Club, it's not good enough. But when you're getting a manager like Conte back in, we're talking about a top 5 manager of all time. No, not all time. I think I've gone a bit too far there. Current day, a top 5 manager. If he comes into Arsenal, Arsenal will have a top 5 manager. You already got, I would put Klopp over Tuchel and Guardiola. I'll go Klopp, Guardiola, Tuchel as the 3 main guys. Now you get Conte in. Whoo! Arsenal are talking. They've got a big time manager, and then Arsenal will have the 4th best manager. Actually, they'll have the 3rd best manager. Don't get me wrong. Tuchel has won, the Champions League, so he can fight with Conte over that one. But you can't put him over Klopp, and you can't put him over Guardiola because he hasn't won yet a European Cup. But then again, he has won 5 domestic. When I say domestic, I'm talking about, the Premier League and Serie A leagues. He's won him. So you put him 3rd. You may even put him over Klopp, but then that's going to be a tough one because Klopp has won the Champions League. He's won the Premier League. He's won the Bundesliga as well. Where Guardiola has won, what has he won? He's won the Champions League with Barcelona. He's won the Bundesliga as well. So, you win La Liga, you win the Bundesliga, but then he kind of flopped at the Bundesliga. It's kind of flopped a little bit at City, in my opinion. I think he's flopped more than he's actually won because he's had so many chances at the Champions League with the amount of money that he spent, and he still hasn't put together a team that can dominate Europe. So that one, it's a tough one. But Arsenal will get Conte in, head of a top 3 manager in the league, for sure. for sure. And then they'll have a top 5 manager in all of Europe and maybe all of the world. So Arsenal have to move for Conte. They're going to have to make this move happen. Even if Arteta wins the damn next 3 games, they're still going to have to sack him and say, thank you so much for getting us 9 points. You've got to go out the door. Was that so fast? If Arteta still wins the next 3 games, they're going to have to show his backside out the door. That's just my opinion. I think Conte is the right man for the job. I'm not going on the hype train. I'm still going to give this Rumour report a 6 out of 10, but I do believe he'll come in, play a 3-5-2, make it simple, make it solid. Arsenal would be born in the first 2-3 games. They'll get to know the training regime. They'll get to know his style of play. Then all of a sudden, boom, Arsenal explode. But then they'll start picking up points. It'll be harder to beat. They'll be more combative in the midfield. Xhaka will get less yellow cards. He'll stay on the pitch more. He'll be more of a leader. Then Arsenal fans will start saying, wow, after all this time, it just took a good manager to get the best out of Granit Xhaka. That's why Mourinho wanted him. That's why he plays so good on the international level. And that's why he was so poor under Arsenal, because he didn't have the managers to actually get the best out of him. Even though managers have always shown faith in Granit Xhaka because they know what he's about. But maybe Xhaka does not believe in the managers that he actually plays for. That could just be it. Or it could just be an arsehole altogether. But anyway, if you like the Rumour report, make sure you like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. Thank you for watching. I'm Ty Knight for TK24 Sports. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, keep tuning in, keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep it TK24 Sports.